Breaking news. Tensions in the West Philippine Sea have reached a boiling point as the United States, the Philippines, and Japan join forces in a bold display of military unity. Together, they are defying China's sweeping maritime claims with a massive, unprecedented naval patrol. Just 100 nautical miles west of Subic Bay, 9 warships slice through the waves, forming a formidable steel wall of defiance near the hotly contested Scarborough Shoal. Their presence sends a clear signal. These waters are not China's for the taking. This is no routine patrol. It's a deliberate, meticulously coordinated message aimed directly at Beijing, crafted in war rooms and command centers, where military leaders pore over maps and strategies. The sun glints off the gray hulls of destroyers, frigates, and an imposing aircraft carrier, each vessel a symbol of resolve and unity in these fiercely contested waters. The arrival of these warships marks a dramatic escalation in a conflict that has simmered for years, transforming a regional dispute into a global flashpoint. On deck, sailors stand vigilant, scanning the endless horizon for any sign of the Chinese Navy. Every movement is watched, every shadow analyzed, as the tension in the air is almost palpable. The combined fleet, United States, Japan, and the Philippines, moves as one, a seamless force acting in unison to uphold international law and challenge China's expansive, controversial claims over these waters. Scarborough Shoal, seized by China in 2012 and fiercely contested ever since, is now the epicenter of this high-stakes confrontation. Its shallow reefs and rocky outcrops have become a symbol of resistance and sovereignty. By patrolling so close to Chinese maritime markers, the Allied navies are directly challenging one of the most visible and provocative symbols of Chinese aggression in the region. The thunderous roar of fighter jets launching from the carrier deck and the constant hum of advanced radar systems underscore the sheer military power now assembled in these waters, ready for any contingency. For ordinary Filipinos, this show of Allied strength brings a complex mix of hope and apprehension. Fishermen watch from their boats, and families gather on the shore, knowing their livelihoods and their safety hang in the balance as their homeland becomes a stage for a global power struggle. These 9 warships are more than just military hardware. They are floating symbols of a world order under challenge, representing the resolve of nations unwilling to back down. Their journey through the West Philippine Sea is a pivotal moment in an unfolding story of power, resistance, and international solidarity. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. Leading the group is the USS Ronald Reagan, a floating city carrying over 60 aircraft. Guided missile destroyers, USS Rafael Peralta and USS Chung Hoon, provide formidable support, equipped with advanced Aegis combat systems. Japan's largest warship, JS Izumo, sails alongside, marking a historic shift in Japan's regional security role. The Japanese destroyer JS Samudare adds anti-submarine and anti-aircraft capabilities. The Philippines deploys its modern frigate BRP Jose Rizal and patrol vessel BRP Gregorio del Pilar, asserting sovereignty and resolve. The stated purpose: enhance interoperability and uphold a free and open Indo-Pacific. Exercises include communication drills, cross-deck operations, and tactical formations. The ultimate goal: deterrence. Any act of aggression against one may be met with a response from all. This is collective defense in action. This patrol is the result of escalating Allied activities and Chinese provocations. Last month, a Chinese Coast Guard ship used a water cannon against a Philippine supply boat, an incident that spurred joint patrols. The annual Balikatan exercises, now the largest ever, included live-fire drills at sea, with Australia and Japan as observers. Chinese maritime militia and Coast Guard vessels routinely harass Filipino fishermen and patrols, raising the risk of miscalculation. Allied patrols serve as a protective shield, creating a safer environment for legitimate maritime activities. Warships from Australia, the UK, France, and Canada have also conducted freedom of navigation operations, reinforcing international law. This 9-ship patrol is the most powerful and dramatic effort yet. Beijing's response was swift and menacing. As the Allied fleet conducted exercises, China launched its own combat patrols, releasing footage of H-6K bombers over contested waters. Chinese officials condemned the joint patrol as provocative, reiterating their claims and dismissing the 2016 arbitral ruling. PLA Navy and Coast Guard ships shadowed the Allied fleet, maintaining a tense but professional distance. This cat-and-mouse game is a dangerous dance, with the risk of miscalculation ever present. China's multi-pronged response, military deployments, propaganda, and shadowing, demonstrates strength without triggering open conflict. Beijing is not backing down. At stake is freedom of navigation. 1/3 of global shipping passes through the South China Sea. The Allied patrol defends the right of all nations to transit freely, as guaranteed by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. China's sweeping 9-line claim and militarized artificial islands threaten this freedom. From these bases, China harasses fishing vessels, oil ships, and foreign navies. This standoff is a test for the international rules-based order. If China succeeds, it sets a dangerous precedent for the world. The joint patrol is a stand against coercion and for a future governed by law. The stakes are global. The recent naval maneuvers were not just a show of military coordination, but were also accompanied by strong, unified statements from all three nations, signaling a new era of cooperation and mutual support in the region. The U.S. Department of Defense described the joint patrol as a clear testament to the commitment of all three countries to a free and open Indo-Pacific, emphasizing that such actions are vital for regional peace and stability. A Pentagon spokesperson further highlighted the collective responsibility of the international community, stressing that it is essential for all nations to be able to operate wherever international law allows, without fear or intimidation. The Philippine Defense Secretary declared, "We are not alone in defending our rights in the West Philippine Sea." He emphasized that the support of allies is crucial in standing up to external pressures and safeguarding national sovereignty. Japan's defense minister drew a direct connection between the security of the South China Sea and Japan's own national interests, underscoring the importance of upholding the rule of law and maintaining freedom of navigation for all. Together, these statements form a powerful narrative of ironclad alliances, shared values, and unwavering determination to protect the international order. By speaking with one voice, the Allies transform what could be seen as a routine naval patrol into a potent diplomatic statement, sending a clear signal to the world about their unity and resolve. The message to Beijing is unmistakable. Any attempts to isolate its neighbors are only strengthening their resolve. In the face of pressure, unity becomes their shield, and their collective stance grows even stronger. The 9-ship patrol is just the tip of a rapidly deepening U.S.-Philippines defense partnership. The Philippines granted the U.S. access to 4 new military bases, boosting rapid response capability in the region. The U.S. is providing military aid, coastal defense systems, and advanced surveillance to modernize Philippine forces. More frequent joint patrols and Coast Guard cooperation are planned to counter China's gray zone tactics. The Philippines is also strengthening ties with Japan and Australia, negotiating agreements for joint training and operations. This trilateral framework, US, Japan, Philippines, is becoming a cornerstone of regional security. Upcoming exercises and air patrols will further cement these alliances. Piece by piece, a shield is being forged in the Indo-Pacific. Years of escalating Chinese aggression set the stage for today's standoff. China's salami-slicing tactics, building islands, passing aggressive laws, and blockading outposts have shifted the balance. The repeated use of water cannons against Philippine resupply missions is just one example. China's warnings to the U.S. and its allies are increasingly sharp, coupled with veiled threats. The international community has condemned these actions, but many remain cautious due to China's economic clout. The united front of the U.S., Japan, and the Philippines is a significant shift from words to action. It's a model for resisting coercion and upholding a rules-based maritime order. The 9-ship patrol is a striking snapshot of a new Indo-Pacific reality, where the presence of powerful fleets signals both strength and the hope for stability in these vital waters. The ongoing standoff in the South China Sea is more than a simple dispute. It is a long-term strategic competition that is actively shaping the region's future, influencing the balance of power and the daily lives of millions who depend on these waters. Continued cooperation among the Philippines, US, and Japan is absolutely essential. Joint patrols and regular multinational exercises must become routine, building trust and demonstrating a united front that deters aggression and reassures smaller nations. The ultimate goal is a stable balance of power, not a policy of containment, where disputes are resolved through international law, dialogue, and mutual respect, rather than by force or intimidation. The visible Allied presence at sea gives diplomacy the space it needs to work, creating opportunities for peaceful negotiation. Yet, the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation remains high, making vigilance crucial. Open communication channels and professionalism at sea are absolutely vital to prevent misunderstandings and accidental escalation, ensuring that every encounter is managed with discipline and restraint. The journey of these warships represents a profound choice for the region, whether to uphold the rule of law or to allow the rule of might to prevail. Each patrol is a statement of intent and a test of resolve. The Allies' solidarity, seen in their united actions and shared values, is a powerful vote for peace, freedom, and the protection of international norms that benefit all. Their vigilant watch over the West Philippine Sea is not just about security. It is a watch for the future of a free and open Indo-Pacific, where all nations can prosper and trade flows unimpeded. As the world watches these developments unfold, there is a collective hope for a peaceful dawn, a future where cooperation triumphs over conflict and the promise of peace becomes reality.